All right, Skip wanted some different bump music, so we let him pick this. It's from his era.
Why they ain't let us pick them?
What is that?
telling you.
What is
What
that?
about our era?
The swinging 30s, Skip?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah, I like
that.
That was a nice try. It was pretty lame, but Jay, you know and I know I'm straight out of Compton.
Oh, my goodness.
You know what? He really
goodness.
does. He thinks he is straight out of Compton.
I just got to leave that there.
Yeah,
He's underground.
I'm really not going to touch that one.
Yeah, leave it alone. Leave it alone. Let's go to the NFL draft.
I go
I'll give you that. Straight out of low cash.
Let's go to the NFL draft. And really, the way it's shaping up, it looks like we know what the first three picks are going to be. It looks like Luck to Indy, RG3 to Washington, and it looks like Matt Khalil, the big tackle out of USC, will go to Minnesota. This is Mel's big board. He has Justin Blackmon, the terrific wide receiver, going to Cleveland at 4. But it is a mystery pick. We're not sure what they're thinking, where they're leaning. They have talked about maybe even a quarterback. What do you guys see the Browns doing at number 4? What should they do?
Jay, we had Brandon Weeden on a couple days ago.
We did.
Sitting right next to you.
Yes,
and
terrific young man.
I half-kiddingly
Not
suggested.
so young, but sorry.
Not
I
that.
had to slip that in there.
Fair enough.
He bowed with us.
I half-kiddingly suggested, hey, how about Brandon Weeden to Cleveland at 4? And you kind of chuckled, and I kind of chuckled. Then I went home and thought about it, and I put it up on, speaking of, Twitter. I said, you know what? If I'm Cleveland, I'll take Brandon Weeden over Colt McCoy any Sunday. So why not? Because I don't think Brandon Weeden is getting near enough respect as the third best quarterback in this draft. It's all about age discrimination here. He's 28 years of age, so we don't like him. But if you look at the tapes, if you look at what he did against RG3 and against Luck in the Fiesta Bowl, and even against Ryan Tannehill at Texas A&M, go look at the tapes and tell me he can't play in the National Football League.
Well, I like your pick because I like him as a talent. The only problem is when you talk about a 28-year-old quarterback, drafting him high in the first round, the worry with GMs and owners as well as coaches is how long are we going to have this
He'll
guy?
be 29 by week 5 of the season.
By the time we feel comfortable about having him in the game, it may be about 30 years of age, 32, 31. And then if he doesn't pan out, you wasted a first-round pick. I think when you talk about the Cleveland Browns, I think the safe pick for them is to go after Justin Blackmon.
Receiver.
The receiver.
Yeah.
Because you talk about if you're going to draft a quarterback, you draft one in the second round or so, give Colt McCoy an opportunity to learn the West Coast offense, have some weapons around him. The receivers last year, it was terrible. You talk about last in the NFL with yards per reception.
No doubt.
You talk about 27th in the league with 16 receptions for touchdowns.
You like them numbers, don't you?
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
25th in the NFL with 3,300 passing yards,
that's
receiving
their big
yards.
weakness for sure.
And then you talk about only 320 receptions by probably a group of 6. Now, when you talk about bringing a guy who can dominate the game and at least give you your first option in an offense, a West Coast offense, that takes pressure off of Colt McCoy, who had a 74.6
Michael,
QB rating.
who do you like?
I would go Justin Blackmon or even Trent Richardson, as I mentioned earlier. Help out Colt McCoy. I do get where you're coming from, though. And if he were 23, kind of taking your Tebow analogy, if he were 23, how much differently would we be talking about him? And you saw Christian Ponder in Minnesota last year. You know how it is with these quarterbacks. They fall in love with him. They get pushed up. Tannehill's going to probably go higher than he should.
Right.
Yeah.
Weeden maybe should go higher than he's being projected because once they start running on quarterbacks, you got to have one to compete.
But you're going Blackmon too, right?
I would go Blackmon or Richardson. I think Colt hasn't gotten a fair opportunity.
Okay. Well, Cleveland, if you're listening, the panel here is suggesting Justin Blackmon. It's laid out there for you. This is a smart panel. Justin Blackmon is your guy. I don't think they can miss with him. All right, after the break.